Welcome to my forest. I have created murals, gallery paintings, and illustrations, but I have never created something like this. I made this forest with repurposed fabric that I found in some pretty unexpected places in my community. Each tree becomes an artifact of humanity that was torn apart and then stitched and woven into the natural tangle that you would see in a real forest. One tree by itself would not have the motivation to grow tall or strong. But as a group, they have the force to change the environment around them. When I walk through the forest, yes, I see the trees and I marvel at their greatness, but I also see the way the roots crawl all over each other. Moss blankets the rocks and bark, and everything teems with the life of plants, animals, and mushrooms. I see the community of it. The forest is a community, with all of its organisms working together to maximize life. Every niche is filled, but struggle is constant, and survival depends on cooperation. One of the ways this cooperation happens is through mycelium networks. These pathways of communication allow the forest to work collaboratively to maximize abundance and life. In our human communities, artists act like the fungus. We're kind of everywhere, but you usually will only see us once the labor of our love has come to fruition and is ready to emerge into the universe. We hide our art until we are ready to share it. But once we do share it, we communicate the hidden things that are difficult for many people to express, like love and a memory, a hope for the future, or a looming fear or pain. But what happens if our human culture becomes a monoculture, where everyone seems to like the same movies, the same books, the same music? Would that deplete the soil of our human culture? Think if all of the diverse artists were like a forest and were simply replaced with a megacrop of pop icons. What do you spend your time and attention focusing on? Do you focus on what is most popular at the moment? Maybe even whatever AI or the latest algorithm thinks you should like? These are the cultural structures that are encouraging everybody to think the same and walk along to the same beat. As we all opt into easier and easier lives, it's getting harder and harder to see the nuance and to embrace the struggle. So how do we safeguard our culture from this overwhelming pressure that is pushing us towards this singular perfection? I say we show up in person. I say we go out into our community and enjoy the art that's all around us already. Let's go to the places where art is still being made by humans, and sometimes we can even participate. But we also need to appreciate and preserve the art that is all around us, the human-made art that is all around us already. When murals and public art fall into disrepair, people often don't know what to do. Sometimes they let it crumble and fade. Other times, they just paint over it. But this sends a message to the community that nobody values that history, that expression, that experience. Painting over a mural is a literal erasure of that artist's expression. And everyone in the community that felt a connection to that artwork now feels disenfranchised and a little less seen. When art is present and visible in communities, those places feel more alive. Businesses and people return to places where art is a keystone of tourism. And economic studies support this. The Arts and Economic Prosperity Study has long showed a tangible connection between art spending and the economy, proving that vibrant art communities attract people who come to those communities to spend money at local businesses and help those businesses thrive. Art brings attention. And as all the big tech companies have figured out, attention equals money. But I'm not here to talk about money. I want you to reconnect with what is most important in this world. Our individual and shared experiences are what give our lives a meaning. If art is how we express those unique experiences and feelings, then let's keep art in our lives every day. Please support your local art group. Go to those art festivals, those community events, those music festivals, those theater shows. Support those artists. But if you want art in your life every day, please support public art programs. Public art can have a lasting positive effect on the community. A single mural can last 20 to 30 years and attract tens of thousands of visitors over the course of its life. Each of those people bringing their pocketbooks and helping to support local businesses. Public art enriches communities in every way. So when you walk through the forest of your own community, take a moment to reconnect with the ecosystem of local human-made art all around you. Because a forest does not survive on perfection, it thrives on connection, and so do we.